Hello, everyone. This is Jay Dobbins, your host of the Marvel DC Universe Fan Club. We're now at episode 230, and I'll be doing my review on Bloodshot, starring Vin Diesel. So, spoiler alert, if you have not seen Bloodshot, I strongly suggest that you do not listen to this episode. You've been warned. So, the movie is based off of the Bloodshot comic books, created by Don Perlin, Bob Layton, and Kevin Van Hook. But anyway, the movie takes place after leading a successful rescue operation in Mombasa. U.S. Marine Ray Garrison and his wife Gina travel for a holiday at an Italian beachside town. However, he and Gina are kidnapped by a group of mercenaries led by Martin Axe, who demands to know the source of the Mombasa hostage operation. Since Ray is not provide to this information, Axe kills Gina and Ray. Ray is later resurrected by Rising Spirit Tech, RST for shorts, a company that specializes in developing cybernetic enhancements for disabled U.S. military personnel. The company's CEO, Dr. Emil Harding, tells Ray that he is the first successful candidate that they have resurrected using a special nanite technology. Ray is also introduced to Dr. Harding's other patients, including former U.S. Marine diver Katie, KT for short, whom he strikes a romantic friendship with, and former soldiers Jimmy Dalton and Marcus Tibbs, whom he gets on poorly with. So, after experiencing flashbacks of Gina and Axe, Ray escapes Raising Spirit's laboratory in Kuala Lumpur and pursues Axe, seeking to avenge Gina's death. Using the nanites to slice into computer databases, Ray tracks down Axe to Budapest. After trapping his convoy in a tunnel, Ray kills Axe's bodyguards before executing the mercenary. He is later recovered by Katie, Dalton, and Tibbs, who bring him back to Raising Spirit for reprogramming. In truth, Harding created false memories of Gina's death as part of a plot to eliminate rivals in Raising Spirit. After his mercenaries are wiped and reprogrammed, after his memories are wiped and reprogrammed, Ray is sent to kill Nick Barris in East Sussex, remembering him to be Gina's killer. Though Ray manages to kill Barris and his bodyguards, Barris has forced computer programmer Wilfred Wiggins to build a EMP bomb, which is ignited after Barris's death, incapacitating Ray and severing communications with Raising Spirit. After resurrecting Ray, Wiggins reveals that Raising Spirit planted false memories to turn him into a killing machine. Ray also discovers Gina is alive, but had left him 5 years ago, and has started a family in Westminster. Growing disillusioned with Harding's exploitation of Ray, Katie seeks Wiggins' help in taking him down. Meanwhile, Ray is recaptured by Dalton and Gibbs following a pursuit. Sorry, not Gibbs, Tibbs, sorry. He is brought back to Raising Spirit's laboratory for reprogramming, but escapes with the help of Katie and Wiggins, who sabotage the reprogramming process and Raising Spirit's computers. Breaking free, Ray fights Dalton and Tibbs, on top of an elevator. Dalton willingly lets Tibbs fall to his death, and Dalton continues to fight Ray until Ray punches him down an elevator shaft, killing him. Let's see. Ray confronts Harding, who manages to drain the nanites, but is killed when the second grenade he shoots at Ray is dismantled by the nanites and dropped directly at his feet. Ray is later rebuilt by Wiggins and Katie, and the three leave. The three leave in search of a new life. So, I'm going to say this movie did not exceed expectations. It was poorly written. The special effects were good, no doubt. I think they picked the right guy. They might have picked the right guy for, Ray Garrison's Bloodshot. However, there was no trademark. His chest glowed, and he didn't have the gray skin like he would in the comics. And there were no Easter eggs, and there were no post-credit scenes. Hell, there weren't even after credits for this. So, yeah, this is supposed to be Valiant Comics' first movie, or at least the first Valiant character that they brought to life. And right now, they're trying to do a Valiant cinematic universe, which right now is a bad start after seeing this movie. The movie gets I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It's mainly because of Isa Gonzalez. She's very hot, very agile. I like the way she fights in the movie. So I thought that was pretty hot. But anyway, the direction, I couldn't tell what direction they were trying to go. Of course, Bloodshot did, get some, I guess, like the original Bloodshot did get some I guess, false memories planted in him in the comics. But I think they just took bits and pieces out of each comic, out of each comic. So that's what it sounds like. But they were talking about doing a sequel, but I really don't see how they would be able to do that, since Bloodshot did not get the gray skin out. Well, actually, he did get the gray skin, but only for like a few seconds. So in the trailer, we're thinking, okay, he's gonna, get his gray skin, and it'll be permanent. But it turns out that wasn't the case. So as far as the sequel goes, I don't see how Vin Diesel's character will play out in the sequel, unless the reprogramming by Wiggins doesn't work and he gets his gray skin, due to side effects. I don't know. But best thing I can think of for them as far as another Bloodshot movie is not do just reboot it. Not even forget about Ray Garrison's Bloodshot. Add a new Bloodshot like Angelo Martali. He would be perfect. And just in those who don't know about the Angelo Martali Deadshot, I'll give you a little quick. I'll give you some quick info about him. So turns out he was like in the Bloodshot Volume 2 comics, Mario Martali has been subjected against his will to a scientific experiment that has remade him into the ultimate killing machine, an engine of destruction, codenamed Bloodshot, of course. But in the process, his memories were lost. So there were no false memories for him, I guess. His creators, mean to use him, meant to use him as a weapon, an unstoppable assassin, but he breaks free and escapes. In this rendition, the writer, Len Kaminsky, elaborates on Bloodshot's nanotechnology. So the nanites turn out to be like sentient beings that see him as their god and provoke him to self-induce a trance-like state using a mixture of substances in order to communicate with him directly. Daily operatives of the secret, super secret government agency that sponsored his creation hunt him down, following a broken tale of fragmentary uh, recollections. So Bloodshot fights a running battle against them. Uh, the mob and the police, of course. But turns out Mario Montali was a contract killer, pretty much. He worked for a mob boss who was in a he worked for a mob boss whose daughter was in a relationship with Montali. The mob boss found out that Montali was cheating on his was cheating on the mob boss's daughter, and the mob boss got pissed off and killed him. I mean, turns out how another uh, that's how the another version of that character was, But yeah, I think that was like in special. I think that was like in that might have been in volume 2, or it must have been in a different comic. I'm not really sure, but I know that's how it all started. But Mario Montali was a contract killer. So, but honestly, I think that instead of putting in Vin Diesel's character for the sequel, they should just reboot it and focus on the Angelo Mortali Bloodshot. So I would say that they probably should just start from scratch with that one. They probably might give it a different name, like Bloodshot, and then something, something. So instead of just Bloodshot, it could be something else. But I really don't know. He could be blood. It could be. I'm trying to think. Base it. I think they should just base it off one of the graphic novels. But yeah, focus more on Mario. Sorry, not Mario. Focus more on Angelo Martali's Bloodshot instead of Ray Garrison. Just complete that chapter of Ray Garrison. I think they should just do that. Or if they bring back the character, if they bring back Ray Garrison's character, they should. They should give him his trademark, which is the light gray skin, and black red eyes, and the red circle on his chest. That way you'll have a perfect Bloodshot, and that Bloodshot will be true to the comics. So far, this Bloodshot hasn't been true to the comics. Sony, oh my god, it's like Sony doesn't know what they're doing when it comes to superhero movies. I mean, that's the reason why, the Bloodshot. I mean, like the Spider-Man movies made a lot of money, but at the same time, it didn't hit the $1 billion mark until Marvel Studios was involved. But I think that and unfortunately, Sony has rights to Bloodshot, but Paramount has rights to all the other Valiant characters. So, say if they wanted to do another, say Paramount wants to do a Valiant, they have the rights to do a Ninjak movie, they have the rights to do an Exo movie. However, they don't have the rights for Bloodshot, but they can allow Bloodshot to cross over. Sony could probably allow Bloodshot to cross over to Paramount's, Ninjak and Exo films. And they could probably do like Unity, something like that. Some type of group affiliation. Or, Hard Corps or something like that. I don't know. But they could probably, Sony could probably have Bloodshot cross over to the Paramount Valiant films. However, I think that Sony should give the rights to Bloodshot to Paramount, because Paramount will probably do a lot better. So the writing was poorly done. Uh, you know, the Bloodshot wasn't true to the comics. You know, he didn't have the. It wasn't true to the comics. It didn't have the. It didn't have the trademark. You know, it was just Vin Diesel. You know, you didn't see a natural Bloodshot. You know, and that was a huge problem for me. And that's what made the movie a disappointment right there. Now there was some there was some good parts in there, like like the first fighting scene, the little chase between Bloodshot, Tibbs, and what's that guy's name? Dang, I forgot that other guy's name. The one that Sam Hugan played. Uh, Trying to think. Um, it was Tibbs and I think it was Garner. Heck, I forgot it already. I just lost my doggone train of thought. But trying to think. Oh, Dalton, that's his name. The chase between Dalton, Tibbs, and Bloodshot. That was interesting. And there was like at least one unique twist where you thought Gina was dead, but it turns out she was alive the whole time. So, yeah. But yeah, no Easter eggs, no post credits, no nothing. Nothing to set up the sequel or upcoming Valiant movies. That's what really pissed me off. So, did not exceed expectations. And on top of that, the movie only made $25.6 million in the box office worldwide with a production budget of $45 million. So didn't even make half. It didn't even make $100 million worldwide. So yeah, like I said, the movie had some interesting parts in it, but it just didn't have a whole lot. It's like they just cram thing. It's like they just crammed junk in there. They just, oh yeah, we just write it like this, and then somebody just approved it. I don't know who approved that script. That script should have been rewritten. But Sony needs to stick to Spider-Man. Like they need to stick to the Spider-Man franchise and the Spider-Verse, the Venom-verse, anything Spider-Man related. They need to stick to that because any other superhero movies ain't gonna do well under Sony. So that's just my opinion. But yeah, like I said, they should just either have Vin Diesel with his trademark, or we just reboot the entire Bloodshot universe. Just reboot it entirely and focus on Mario Matali's Bloodshot and just scrap Ray Garrison's. But that's just my opinion. So, but yeah, I can't. I mean, I really don't have anything. I don't have a lot, good things to say about this film. So poorly done. And Sony, y'all need to do better than that. So, but anyway, that concludes this review. Feel free to visit us, like us on Facebook. We're available on iTunes, Google Play Music app, Spotify, and of course, YouTube.